Hello, this is Brad Smith, and welcome to my Current Trends number 3 presentation. This presentation is titled Diversity Challenges Create Opportunities in the Classroom. What you will learn is Fairfax County Public Schools' views on diversity and inclusion, my vision on diversity and inclusion in the classroom, how I will meet students' needs, and the needs of adolescent immigrants. So about a year ago, on April 6, 2017, the Fairfax County School Board approved the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors statement on diversity and inclusion. And when they endorsed that statement, the school board stated that it affirms a commitment to a safe, inclusive, and welcoming learning environment for all children. All children means all genders, ethnicities, and religions, immigrants, both documented and non-documented immigrants, children from both rich and poor households, at-risk students, as well as gifted students. My classroom will be a safe, inclusive, and welcoming learning environment. I believe that all children deserve a high-quality education, no matter the student's gender identity, immigrant status, and socioeconomic, ethnic, racial, or religious background. I will seek the full participation from ESOL, gifted, and at-risk students. Being flexible and adjusting the style of my teaching to meet the needs of diverse students is necessary in order to be successful. Today's students are capable of doing anything. See how they arranged the March for Our Lives yesterday. To meet their needs, I need to be constantly learning and growing. To meet the needs of today's students, I must be positive and supportive, but also I must challenge them to be historical thinkers. So let's dive into understanding the adolescents from immigrant families. So Virginia is home to immigrant adolescents, like most states. This map indicates where most of the foreign-born population resides. And not surprisingly, 68% of Northern Virginia is foreign-born. Richmond, you see about 10% foreign-born, and Virginia Beach, about 11.5%. This is not too surprising, but it is nice to see a graphic presentation. So when immigrant adolescents enter the classroom, social science research indicates that they enter with optimism for the future and they are willing to engage in learning. But this optimism unravels. Immigrant adolescents face the challenge of learning English while concurrently adjusting to a new school and new academic skills. Immigrant adolescents, especially those living in high poverty areas, like the Route 1 corridor in Alexandria, Virginia, face odds that will limit their success in school. They face overcrowded schools, segregation by race and poverty, as well as gang violence. Immigrant adolescents who view their schools as threatening and violent are particularly vulnerable to academic problems. Which immigrant adolescents will do well in school? Research has shown that those who learn English rapidly do well in school. Rapidly meaning within a year. Those immigrants whose parents are highly educated tend to do well in school. And finally, those immigrants who have supportive relationships with teachers. Teachers that help bridge the gap between school culture and home life also tend to do well in school. As a teacher, I will strive to be that bridge. If we don't help immigrant adolescents, we get this. If we do help immigrant adolescents, we get this. This was on Twitter earlier today. And this lady posts a letter that she received from her 10th grade English teacher. The English teacher says, I may be the last person to know this, but as I read the most recent copy of the New Yorker, I saw your byline. There's no reason to remember me, but I was your English teacher in Deerfield. And all you wanted to do is say hello. And she replied to his tweet, my English was poor when I was an ordinary student, insecure, self-loathing. All I wanted to do was impress this teacher, whose brilliance and sternness was legendary. Here's to you, Mr. TA. Let's all strive to be Mr. TA. So, what did you learn? You learned the Fairfax County Public Schools vision on diversity and inclusion, my classroom vision and how I will meet the needs of students, the challenges facing immigrant adolescents, and how we can help the immigrant adolescents succeed. Here are my sources. Thank you very much and have a good night.